Well, hello and welcome to Bloomberg Quint. All of us are here to give you a quick gist of how the markets did today. It was an absolutely dull day for the index, except for that last 1 hour. But within that, entire trading range, we did see the Nifty trade only in a very absolutely narrow 30-40 point range. So there was clearly no direction in which the Nifty was moving, and every time it hit that 8200 mark, it was not able to sustain it. So there was some selling pressure coming about those levels. So the last hour sell-off actually led to that 32-point slide in the Nifty, which ended at 8193. So 8200 level looking like a strong resistance. Plus, we did not have major support coming in from the global markets or even from the important banking pack. Again, you had your November PMI number where it came at 52.3, which was the 11th straight month of that index being in the expansion zone, that is above the mark of 50, but still it came off from those 22-month highs that were seen in October. So that's the bad news.
Well, so with respect to what's happened in the futures and options space, remember that we've lost 8200 today. We have seen an increase towards open interest in the Nifty futures. Similarly, while the bank Nifty has also declined by well over 1%, we've seen an addition of little over 10% towards open interest, which means that we are looking once again at some amount of selling pressure going into today's day of trade. Whether or not this selling lasts well, that will be determined by the options data. And let's take a look at the options data. Let's also take a look as to what's happened today. We've seen a substantial amount of addition towards the 8300 call. This indicates writing. This also means that we are unlikely to see the Nifty move beyond 8300 over the next couple of sessions, or at least 8300 is likely to be a substantial to give you a substantial resistance for an up move. On the lower end, we are looking at a big spike towards 8100 as well as the 8200 puts. Let's also take a look at the range that we are working with for this expiry. 8000 on the lower end, that's where you're looking at maximum open interest with respect to puts. The 8300 call is, on the other hand, is making a little more of a case with respect to a resistance in the near term. So we're looking at a 300-point range. But once again, whether or not we're going to see consolidation or a little more weakness, we're going to have to wait for a few more days for an indication of that.
And is that what K. Subramaniam also told you?
Yes, so K. Subramaniam in our Surfs Up segment has suggested that we're looking at a floor of 8100, and that's very evident in the data that we've seen right now as well. But he is also of the opinion that over the next 1 week, we could see the Nifty move up to as high as even 8400. That cannot be ruled out. So that perhaps could be something that the bulls would be looking for.
Wow, 8400, how we wish. But let's talk about or address the Nifty movers. GAIL India, Bharti Infratel, Eicher Motors, three strong performers as far as the Nifty index is concerned. Bharti Infratel, of course, you had Brookfield, which is said to be bidding for a majority stake in the company. So that led to that sort of a gain that we saw as far as that company is concerned. Eicher Motors, we are going to talk about auto sales numbers. Thereafter, you also saw Sun Pharma and Dr. Reddy's in that in the pharma pack, which were doing well. Now, with the Delhi High Court lifting government's ban that was imposed on FDC drugs, remember that case goes back to March 2016, and that had been a drag on the domestic market growth for all of these companies. On the losing end, you had Idea Cellular taking a knock of as much as 6%, followed by Power Grid and Asian Paints. So some profit booking, seeing all these stocks lost heavily, down 3 to 6% each. But before we address telecom stocks, Agam, auto numbers is what we're looking for.
Well, I would say mixed, and I would also say that they are slightly healthier than expected. Now, we have to remember that a lot of analysts on the street were actually discounting auto numbers and they were expecting weak numbers. But because of the fact that we've just had four-wheelers, come out with their numbers right now, and a lot of these four-wheelers, in fact 80 to 90% of the four-wheelers are financed, and because of that we are not likely to see the impact of demonetization on the November volumes, but it will move on to the December volumes. So let's take a look at some of these numbers. M&M has posted a decline of around 22%. On the other hand, we've seen exports move up. But Ashok Leyland looking at a hike of around 7%. And Eicher Motors has, of course, seen a growth of as much as 41% on a year-on-year basis, along with Maruti also climbing to 12%. So the only laggard here is M&M, and this is once again perhaps a case where we've seen weakness in SUVs specifically, which has linked to this decline. But again, we'll be watching out for the two-wheelers numbers, and that's where we're expecting a hit, because a lot of that is to do with sales in cash. But Somit, we've also had Mukesh Ambani speak to all of us today.
Yes.
What has he had to say? What updates has he provided?
Reliance Jio, as its flagship telecom company, has come in with yet another new offer, which is called the Jio Happy New Year offer for its users, and it's starting from 4th December. And as expected, everything will be absolutely free in that offer also.
Right.
And the current users who are now getting in with Reliance Jio up till 3rd December will automatically be transferred to that new offer, and they will also enjoy the benefit of these offers up till 31st March 2017. The only cap that they have brought in is on the 4G data usage. Right. Earlier it was 4 GB per customer per day. Now it has been brought down to 1 GB per customer per day as a part of fair usage policy.
Right.
Now they have also Reliance Jio is also fully supporting mobile number portability.
Right.
And as and when the announcement of the new offer was made by Mukesh Ambani at 1:30, you can see here the yellow one is the Bharti Airtel and the white one is the Idea. Both stocks started declining, and Idea remained as a decliner and was the top loser in the Nifty 50, whereas Airtel gained after that and lost about 2% at the end of the day. And
all right, so
yeah, that was pretty much of the offer. And also they're also coming with Jio Money merchant payment as a move against the demonetization that has been brought in by our new government. It will help the merchants to make payments over mandis and each and every place. It's specifically for the merchant users and not for the normal people.
Right.
Okay,
right.
That brings me to the Bloomberg Quint poll of the day. Question where we had asked, if Chairman Mukesh Ambani's statement today would have an impact on the stock. 52% had expected it to have a positive reaction. 15% expected the stock to react negatively, whereas 33% said it would really not matter too much, and it would largely be unchanged. So even as the stock did end in the green zone, it gave up most of its gains after the speech. So I believe free services for longer only means that the company will be bearing some financial strain for a longer period of time. So
Yes, and I'm sure we'll have some more analyst reports after today's announcement.
Right,
as to
we're
what
keeping
impact
an eye
it may
on
have.
that.
Yes.
Totally.
Of course, with respect to the broader markets, once again we've seen the inclination in here's a little bit of a change where we're tracking. So we're looking at 7 declines for 3 advances in the broader markets, and with that, let's also take a look at some of those key movers. With respect to losers, we're looking at weakness in JK Lakshmi Cement, Gujarat State Petronet, Reliance Communication, of course, along with the other IT stocks, has seen a little bit of correction. Whirlpool of India down by as much as nearly 5.3%, followed by Amtech Auto. Amtech Auto, of course, looking at a reversal after a 4% gain yesterday. To take a look at some of these gainers too, Balkrishna Industries on the upside, locked in upper circuit of 20%. HCC also gaining as much as 20% today's day of trade, followed by MMTC as well as Hathway Cable, all gaining substantially in today's day of trade. But considering we have seen a lot of reversals in yesterday's trade, once again, this could be a bout of profit booking to a certain extent. There was another issue today, which was, it was the final day of Sheela IPO and Sheela Foam IPO, and we have the subscription numbers out. It has been fully subscribed. In fact, on last count, at 3 o'clock, it was subscribed as high as 3 times. QIB at 10 times, NIIs at around 1.4 times. It was perhaps the retail which has lagged behind a little, because there was subscription worth only 0.2 times for Sheela Foam. So I suppose retail investors not so interested for now. We still have half a day left for all your online applications to build up on the numbers, but that's as far as subscription for Sheela Foam is concerned, and that's also what we have so far in today's day of trade. For more on market action, you guys can come back and join us tomorrow on the Market Trap. Do join us.